So if you are now just starting the Interstellar Camo grind, you came to the right place because I was able to finish mine pretty quick with about 2 days game played. And I honestly learned so much. I learned which game modes were the best to complete challenges on, but also that a few of these challenges were bugs. So for example, with the PKM, it says that you have to get 5 kills without dying 10 times, but really all you have to do is get 50 kills total. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do that. But there are so many other challenges that are a bug like that that make the process so much easier. So in this video, I'm gonna have timestamps so you guys can skip ahead to certain challenges. But if you guys feel like I missed any, just drop me a comment down below and I'll respond to you and help you as best as I can. So in front of me, I have a list, and pretty much what I'm gonna do is just give you guys my tips and tricks and just what worked best for me on each one. So starting off, we have operator kills while in tag stance or kills while moving in tag stance. So let's take the Haymaker for example. This gun says that you have to get 10 double kills while in tag stance. So do not be lazy on this one. For a lot of these challenges, what you guys want to do is use attachments that benefit whatever you're trying to do. So with the gun like the Haymaker, there are attachments that can reduce the tag stance spread, basically making your gun more accurate while you're shooting from tag stance. And then if you pair doing that with the game mode like hardcore hardpoint, where people are playing the objective, they're moving around, but since you're playing hardcore, it only takes 1 bullet to kill somebody. So definitely use attachments that benefit tag stance and play hardcore hardpoint. And I want to make note of something. You cannot get a kill from the hip like this. You have to be in this stance right here completely while you're getting the kill, or else it will not track. And now if the challenge says to get kills while moving, you just have to make sure you're moving in any direction. Moving on from that, let's talk about multi-kills. Multi-kills is pretty much double kills, just 2 kills back to back. It does not have to be more than that. And the game mode I found to work best for double kills is War. If you get to a spot to where you can camp their spawn and then when they're coming out, you just get the easy double kill. But if you're not really good enough to do that, then I would say play hardcore because once again, it's only 1 bullet to kill somebody. In the game mode, I would say to play for that, it's either domination is a really good one or once again, hardpoint. So now for this next challenge, I'm gonna group together a few of them. So it says 3 kills without dying or 3 kills with 1 mag or just 2 kills without dying. For any of those challenges, do not swap your weapons at all. For me, the challenge would not track every time I swap guns. So if I was to get 2 kills and I swap guns back and forth and then I get the 3rd kill, it would not track at all. So just make sure you're not swapping guns or you're YYing a lot. Do not do that. And now the game mode I had most success in with this challenge was to play hardcore domination. And now depending on what gun you have, you want to play either the middle of the map or the outside of the map. If you have a gun like the shotgun, a gun like the Haymaker gave me so many problems. I had to get 3 kills without dying from the hip. With that gun, you have to play the middle of the map and just camp out a little bit. But for like ARs, battle rifles, you can play the outside of the map and then just pick people off 1 bullet at a time. So now moving on from that, let's talk about kills while strafing. This challenge was so annoying because I finally caught on to what they mean by this. You have to be moving to your left or to your right. If you're moving forward or backwards, it will not count if you get the kill. So if you guys were trying to do this challenge and you were wondering why it's not tracking, that is why. Just try to make sure you're moving in one direction to your right or just one direction to your left. Another thing that won't track is if you're strafing left and right pretty quick. So if you're just like wiggling the analog stick, pause, it's not going to count. With a challenge like this, it can be done in any game mode, but if you want to get a lot of kills in one game mode, I would say to do War. All right, so now moving on, let's talk about headshots. So depending on what gun you have, you want to play different game modes. So for example, if you have pistols, what I did for pistols was I played hardcore domination or free for all. Being able to one tap somebody was pretty nice with the pistols. And then for ARs and LMGs, I really like to play War. Skill-based matchmaking isn't that bad on War, so a lot of the enemies aren't really on high alert like that. So you can get a lot of headshots done pretty quickly. And then lastly, for snipers and marksman rifles, the attachments really matter on what you put on. So for example, this one says get 5 headshots while moving. So for this gun, what I did was I found attachments that pretty much boost like the aiming idle sway. And then another pro that you can find is aiming walking steadiness. This makes this challenge so much easier. So when you're actually ADS and you're moving, your gun does not sway as much. All right, so now let's talk about hipfire kills. Hipfire kills for the most part were easy, but when it comes down to guns like LMGs and the 2 automatic shotguns, it can be pretty challenging. So for those 2 weapon categories, obviously you want to put on the hipfire attachments, but definitely play hardcore because with the LMGs, the hipfire spread is so terrible, even with the right attachments, that you just want to make sure you can get the kill in 1 bullet. And then with the 2 automatic shotguns, they are no good over on core, and it's going to take maybe 3 to 5 shots to get a kill. So now let's talk about the most annoying challenge in Modern Warfare 3, which would be getting a kill on a player that is affected by your tactical. So what I did for this one was I would pre-stun a lot of corners. So what that means is I would throw a stun around a corner, not knowing whether or not somebody was back there, but if I did get a hit marker, then that's when I would push out. And then when it got to a point to where I'm out of both of my tacticals, then that's when I would use an RPG on my back to blow myself up and just respawn. And while you're doing this challenge, what you want to do is make sure you have engineer vest on. You get 2 stuns by doing that. And then once again, like I said, carry the RPG on your back. And then when you're out of stuns, just blow yourself up and redo it. So now let's talk about kills while ADS. Now, more importantly, I just want to talk about shotguns because kills while ADSing is pretty easy, right? But for shotguns, it can be difficult if you do not have slug rounds on. So if you're running a shotgun, use slug rounds and probably play hardcore because you can cross map people with these things and you can get these challenges done pretty quickly. So now next up, let's talk about penetration kills. This challenge was so annoying because sometimes things may track, sometimes they won't. I don't know the deciding factor on that because I shot people through fences, through glass, and also through thin walls. So I really don't know what causes it to track or not. But if you have the wall bang pop up, the text that shows on screen, that means that it does track. But what I found to work most, and I know 100% of the time that works, is if you shoot somebody through a car window. And the good thing about using cars is that they actually don't go away. Like the glass on the car stays there until the car is blown up. So if you just want to camp out on one of those and get a lot of kills, you can do that. But also what you guys want to do is get this gear perk right here. So whenever you go into an ADS, you will automatically ping enemies. So it makes it so much easier shooting through windows, through walls, through whatever. And now really quickly, I want to talk about the Akimbo kills for the pistols. So what you guys can do is before you get into a gunfight, instead of standing up, what you guys want to do is crouch. What that's going to do is tighten the hipfire spread, making your gun more accurate to get kills. And then when it comes down to the Magnum, what you can do is unlock the snake shots for the Magnums, and it pretty much turns it into a dual wheel shotgun. If you don't have it, it is so difficult to get kills with the Magnum Akimbo. So just look into unlocking the snake shots before you even get to this part. All right, so now let's move on to kills without releasing the trigger. This challenge is actually kind of fun and it's really not that hard to do. So for the LMGs, what you want to do is put on a suppressor for sure, because if you don't, you're just gonna be a constant red dot on the map and enemies can easily target you. But other than that, what you want to do is make sure you have the highest mag capacity. And then for the game mode, what I found to work best was war mode. It just made it so easy, especially when you get to the last objective. So now we have long shots while mounted with the AR. This challenge was so petty because they didn't have to do that. But what I found best to work was ground war, but you have to go to the military base and just hold down the C flag. The good thing about this is that no matter where you spawn at, either on the left side or the right side, you can always look down on the C flag and get a lot of mounted kills. Other than that, I would not recommend to play any other game mode because a lot of these maps do not have long lines of sight like that to where you can mount and get a lot of kills. You're just going to fall asleep if you're just sitting there. So now let's move on to the fully loaded kills. All this means is that your magazine has to be full. So if you go to shoot somebody one time and you miss that first bullet, you cannot get a kill after that and then have it track. It will not track at all. So you have to either have that first bullet be included while you're getting the kill, or just get the kill in that first shot, if that makes sense. And this one also leads me into the next one that says suppress clean kills. Pretty much all that means is that you have to get kills while your gun is suppressed. It is literally that simple. And then moving on, another easy one is getting kills while enemies are injured. Pretty much what you have to do, I know this is really scummy, but just follow a teammate around. And then once they begin to shoot somebody, you want to shoot them as well and just hope that you get the kill before they do. That's literally all I did, and it makes the challenge so easy to do. And now let's talk about the RGL-80. So right now it is bugged. So when it says to destroy enemy equipment, as of right now, it only works against claymores and bouncing betties. So what I recommend for this is when you're camo grinding for your primary guns, I would say just have the RGL-80 on your back and then run the engineer vest so you can see equipment through walls. That's really your best hope as of right now until they fix it to allow more pieces of equipment to count towards it. And that leads us into the next challenge for the RGL-80, which says to get double kills. Definitely play hardcore. I would say play hardcore domination because you have a really good chance of getting rust. You can get about 10 double kills on rust alone in just one domination match. But other than that, domination is really good for getting double kills because the spawns are pretty steady. Like you'll know what side your teammates are on and then what side the enemies are on. It just makes it easier shooting across and getting double kills. All right, now last, let's talk about the gutter knife revenge kills. This one was actually very easy. I got this done in about 2 games. So what you want to do is play core free for all. Let somebody kill you and then just spawn back and follow them. If you have tactical inserts, that's even better. So what you want to do is just put it down in one area and then just sit out in the open, let somebody kill you, and then follow them as soon as you spawn next to them. So now let's talk about all the shortcuts you guys can take right now. So for example, with the knife, it says get 5 kills without dying 5 times. All that means is that you have to get 25 kills no matter what. You can even play a match, back out, go back into a match, and still do the challenges, and they all track. So for that example, it would be 25 kills total. But if it's 5 kills without dying 10 times, then it's 50 kills total. So you guys definitely want to take advantage of that one right now. And then the next one will be for the PKM. It says 5 kills with 1 magazine 10 times. Once again, for me, what I did was I would start a brand new match, get 5 kills. It doesn't matter if you die. All you have to do is just back out after you get the 5 kills, and then join a new match, get 5 kills, back out, and then just keep repeating that process 10 times and it will track. So that is pretty much it. But if you guys feel like I missed anything, leave me a comment down below and I can help you. And as always, make sure you guys drop me a like on the video and subscribe if you are new.